is WhisperSister. I'm going to read some poetry for you. I found this book on my bookshelf today. I have been having a pretty crappy morning, actually. Really crappy. And I've just been feeling sorry for myself, and yeah, I'm just kind of not in a good headspace, but I just grabbed this book off my shelf, and it's called The Breath You Take from the Lord, and it's by a Canadian poet named Patrick Friesen. And I actually took a poetry, like a creative writing class from him when I was in college, and he was an amazing poet and a great instructor, really great guy. And I found this book at a bookstore a few years ago, and I bought it, and I just it went on my shelf because it was sort of right when I was like doped up on Prozac and couldn't really read poetry and get anything out of it, which has bothered me actually for a really long time, because I used to love reading poetry and I used to get a lot out of it. I used to love just good poetry. So anyways, I picked up this book today and I started reading, and I was really happy to find that I got a lot out of it. And so I'm just going to read to you a few poems in the order that I just found them. The first one I flipped to, none of these have titles, it's just they're actually numbered, so this is like number 18. But it's from The Breath You Take from the Lord by Patrick Friesen. Where is the Lord without his cross dragging through the grass? Where is the predator you dream? What has passed through the clearing passes through you. What passes leaves its scars. There is no pride left in what you are. Time has not moved toward you, it slips by. Your flesh is busy falling apart so that another will circle your bones with these thoughts. You begin to know the Lord's step, that familiar sound behind. He wants nothing of you. He follows you for the day you want something of him. There is nothing necessary here. You could be wrong. Sound can fool you among the aspen, and there's light everywhere. This is a place you can say anything, and anything is false. This is a place you can't go wrong. Always the surprised deer leaps from the thicket it has trusted for its sleep. The hawk on the fence post turns its head to accommodate you with its wild eye. Okay, so that was 18, and then I just went to the beginning of the book, and I'll read you the first couple from there. So this is number 1. Late afternoon sun blazes off birch trees, and you're caught by a clearing where you were born. You know that light like you know breath, like you know the unnamed earth around you. You remember how the mind moved, rustling like a small animal in the underbrush, skittering among the leaves. There is room for sadness here. This is the place where a boy understands more than he knows. Barbed wire and wild roses, the tangle of a man's life, how he encounters himself looking back. A hand on the bark of a poplar, eyes still wondering at everything, the flash of a wing, the strike. You know how it works, how you have to stand still, letting the light climb up your trunk. You have to forget most things human. This is not a place where anything has happened. You are a man. You don't know how else to say it. You are a man who has always sought God. There is a kind of indifference here, hushed and slow. It doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what you know. You are almost a child here, neither lost nor found, not making strange. There is nothing you owe but the words you come to, and those words are your seal. There is room for a mind between the high prairie sky and this scrappy undergrowth. How the air stirs, shifting from one silence to another, something about to happen. Bare thickets in the fall, a last pale rain arriving the way distant thunder hollows out the afternoon. The boy learns to stand among the trees, a kind of listening at the edge of things. It's the step in that kills the man, released into the open, helpless and abandoned. If it wasn't for the rain, who could live through the clearing? If it wasn't for that mercy. And this one's number 2. A slant of light, that kind of silver light among the poplars, that kind of sudden silence. You slow as you approach, or it arrives, a moment you might have dreamed or not. That kind of light stops your breath. With fear, you stand thin behind the last tree, staring at an emptiness filled with speargrass thistles at the end of the world. So much missing there, almost everything you know in the darkness of your memory. There is nothing so empty, so quiet, and becalmed in heat, and doldrums and shivering at the edge. Like the fox or deer, you don't enter the field, you gaze through the leaves and circle. You can't throw your life away. You can't enter the abandon you long for, can you? A snake slides from a stone pile, the hawk's shadow passing and clouds wavering in the grass. You stalk the lit heart of earth slipping through scrub brush beneath the shimmer of leaves. Is this disorder, this stillness, this clearing that shines like an eye, this ring of bones? You are a child always. You are a child here, baffled and waiting for the wind. You freeze as if you've been seen. You don't breathe. All you hear is the pulse in your ear. No, it is something colder than childhood, something unremembered and relentless. Home ground, where you learn to speak in 2 voices, where you are never at home. Stating clarity, the heart diminished to a fist, how wind sweeps down from a far, cold place. There is nothing for this emptiness, this moment where nothing is and your eyes want to close from seeing. You can still smell the grease of birth on your arms, your legs, the grease of your first birth. And you smell death, that old smell of empty places quick as air across your face. But you stand looking, a faithless man, standing his ground at the edge of the clearing. I'll just read the next one here as well. So this is number 3. When God tears at your heart, or you think that's it, you want that to be it, angels perhaps, or demons. When you need something to shape suffering, something to hold it with intention. When the night deepens and you stand slow and waiting for your eyes to take in the trees. When you make your way through deadfall, scraping your arms on the knuckles of a poplar. When the clearing flares with light, the moon's brilliance carefully milking the thistle. When the stone pile glistens and cools, sun's heat rising into the lowering sky. When nothing, my God, happens, nothing in the vastness of your small, rash living. When you have to laugh at the end of yourself, at the God you think you've reached. When you crouch at a cold Bethlehem as a constellation wheels across the clearing. When the offering you've brought lies scattered at your feet and the only gift a broken heart. When you watch as you always have from the edge, suddenly aware something breathes behind you. When you fear the darkness of bush, the animal there, but no safety in the clearing. When you find the body of the child struck down in its ecstasy of light and lamentation. When you step into the barefoot prayer at last. When you pass into the open night. Okay, I guess I'll leave it there. I might read more from this book later on, because I'm going to read this and I'll mark the ones that I like. Okay. Hope you guys like that.